Yo, what's up, everybody? This your boy Dante coming to you with the episode of Keeping It a Buck. Listen, this not gonna be a long video. I just wanted to share something because I came across it and I was like, look, people need to hear this. So Bishop Wooden from Raleigh, North Carolina, man, he lays out the facts, man. If more preachers preach like him, man, the world will be something awesome. But I had to go to my faith. I had to talk about my faith. The other night we talked about politics and everything else. And to everybody that was on that podcast Monday night, I want to tell you thank you. Angry Conservative, Keith, Jamie, everybody that was in the chat, Lawrence, Maria B, Lisa. If I'm not calling your name, Miss Francis, if I'm not calling your name, charges to the heart. I mean, charge to the brain, not the heart. No, I'm not editing that either. I'm not editing anything. But anywho, also I wanted to mention that Burberry 86 will be doing his live on Friday night. So I just want to put that out there. Now that I've done all the housekeeping, let me go ahead and tell you to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't just click on the video, comment, because we got to beat these algorithms. I mean, some of the work that we do, just like Monday night, my sister called me and was telling me how good the podcast was, but it was because it was on Facebook. So a lot of you guys that want to hear more content, definitely help your boy get out there. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not saying I'm the be all to end all, but at the same time, I keeps it real. That's what I got on my name there, Dante keeping it real. So anyway, without further ado, we're going to go into the video. Bishop Wooden from Raleigh, North Carolina, he warned us about Kamala Harris, and then he exposes Planned Parenthood, and we're going to talk about that. So I'm going to try to keep this video under 10 minutes. But anyway, let's go to the video. The first video we're going to talk about is Lock 'em Up, Kamala Chucks and Pearls Harris. Let's go.
Kamala Harris, she's running for the vice presidency. I call her Miss Lock Up, her brother, for when she was the AG in California, a Negro knew, a black man knew that he was dead in the water. He was dead in the water. Matter of fact, you don't need a trial. You might well go into jail if you appear before her, because she took pride in locking up black folk. And now all of a sudden she's trying to be sister girl. I'm telling you, check out her record. She locked us up left and right. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. Yes, you did, Kamala, however I should pronounce it. You did. And now we're supposed to forget all that stuff. And she boasted in California that she was one of the first. I got the tape queued, but my time's up today. One of the first. I showed you Thursday night to perform a same-sex marriage. Y'all want to see it? You want to see it? Let it rip.
Let the rings exchanged and the vows declared symbolize your commitment, sincerity, and affection.
Yeah.
And may your love never falter.
May your love never falter.
By virtue of the power and authority vested in me by the state of California, I now declare you spouses for life.
Cut. Now that is who's supposed to deliver us. Now, are you crazy? I like what Maya Angelou said. She said, when the people show you who they are, believe them. That's Kamala. And let me tell you, anybody who's trying to turn America into Sodom and Gomorrah is not good for the nation, she's not good for the state, and she ain't good for black folk. Born male, women born female. We need real people. Ow! Somebody shout something to God. They have their agenda. This is why they're trying to stay home. Stay home. Don't go Stay home. They try to break your mind so that they can get in place and promote open borders, which would flood the country with illegals while they take the rest of the job that black folk used to have. They want to bring in socialism and Marxism, forms of government that teaches that God is not the deliverer and that our rights do not come from God, but that government is God and that we must serve the state. It is Antichrist. That's what's behind, praise the Lord, keeping all this stuff going. You think people are just protesting? Have you ever asked them, why are you protesting? Why are you still doing it? What's wrong now? Oh, they're being paid to do it. They're being paid to do it. George Soros is financing Antifa, and they've given Black Lives Matter millions of dollars, hundreds of millions. Any black businesses seen that money? Any of the black community seen that money? Any black kids trying to go to college seen any of that money? If you read what they say they're for, they don't mention the black male one time. They're not for the black male, and you can't have a black community without the black male. Preach wooden. They say that they are trained Marxists. They are not for you. They are not for me. This is the spirit of Antichrist, and I will not allow the devil to break my mind. You won't break my spirit, for I heard the Lord say, no weapon.
Whoa. Hey, I'm sitting behind the camera just like, yes, sir, because he's talking real talk. And the thing is, they are pushing the anti-Christ agenda. When you see them tell you to believe more in the jab than to believe in God, because this is the first time that I've known in my 40 plus years of living that they have ever pushed something this much. Then they're pushing this LGBTQ agenda like never before. And this is my thing. I don't hate anybody. I know some people think that telling the truth is hate speech. Like I said before, I lived in that community, so I'm not hating on nobody, at all. But I understand that it does hinder population. And we already have all these things like Bill Gates and everybody talking about there's too many humans on the earth, right? So we have to take in consideration that we cannot be contributors to that, and so that's why I had to walk away from that lifestyle. And then also I had to realize who God called me to be. Could I do what I wanted to do? Absolutely, because God gave me free will, but I have traded in my will for his. So that's just that. So let's go to the next video and we're going to wrap this right on up. You feel me? Let's go.
Oh, by the way, concerning respect for human persons, I want to read a tweet from a group of people who are just concerned, and they're devastated. And I was moved by what they had to say. They says, we're devastated, grieving, and outraged by violence against black lives. We must continue to demand accountability, justice, and an end to inequity that continues to define every moment of life for Black America, from the racist institutions that uphold white supremacy. In the quote. Planned Parenthood, of all people, the nerve of the biggest killer in African Americans that the world has ever known. Now, Planned Parenthood, I understand why you hate what happened to George. George was a good-looking, tall, scrappy 46-year-old black male who, more likely than not, still had a whole lot left in him. Maybe he could make a few more babies. Maybe he could get a few girls pregnant who don't want to give birth. And maybe, just maybe, Planned Parenthood, They could be business for you so that you can continue to slaughter us. 900 a day. Slaughter black babies and white babies and human beings in the womb. How are you going to be devastated? How in the world can an organization who has in its founding that we exist for the extermination of the Negro race, how can you feel bad about anything except, mother, except the police got him before they could get his seed in a woman's womb. Oh yeah, they like to they want to keep the seed factories alive so that hopefully they can get our women so they can make the money. Isn't this a wretched, godless, you have to give them nerve though. You have to give them credit for having nerve. Thing to say. This tweet it says Planned Parenthood. So I just thought that I would bring that up. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe the nerve of them. And no telling how many of us, well, at least 900, they probably got today. I wonder how many in those clinics said this is a shame. No, they said three things. Money, money, money. Maybe they threw a fourth one in there. Money. With them, black lives count, but they don't matter. You're going to tweet something like this. Ain't that something? I ought to read it again, but we got a curfew tonight. All right.
Listen. Bishop Wooden, man, I'm going to tell you, I respect this man. I respect him as an elder. I respect him as a man of God, most importantly. And what he's saying is factual. A lot of us sit up here and we support the Democratic Party. And that's one reason why I stopped supporting the Democrat Party, because they really do support abortion. Margaret Sanger, Margaret Sanger and all of them, they said they wanted to exterminate people that look like me, because they felt they was inferior. And then Hitler did the same thing. And, Bill Gates want to do the same thing. And again, I'm going to say this for the Republicans. The Republicans, when you have the House and the Senate, you really don't do anything. And I know now in Texas, y'all have the, 6-week heartbeat rule and, you're banning abortion, but it's really not banned, because if you go and get an abortion under 6 weeks, then the baby can be aborted. Let's think about this for a minute. This is why I don't like abortion. Think about it. You take your money, you deposit in your bank account. You expect that money to stay there until you get ready to use it, right? But if the bank said, okay, just because you are the incubator or we're the incubator and we have your money, then we can do what we want to with your money. When a man plants his seed into a woman, that means that he's like making a deposit. And most people that make a deposit expect a return. Now, I know some of these good for nothing brothers, they're making these babies and they're giving women money to go to the abortion clinic. And that's wrong. But when I look at these policies and I see Black Lives Matter really don't matter, because if it mattered, about 20 million of us would not be aborted. We don't want to talk about these things. And then we have people like Bishop Morton sitting up here saying that Texas is a shame for putting that rule into play that if there's a heartbeat, then you cannot have an abortion. That baby has his own heart, his own legs, own arms. Everything about himself or herself is being developed. So all this, my body, my choice, when it comes to abortion, that's not your body. Now, when it comes to these jabs, it is my body, my choice, because it's just me. I'm not affecting anybody. These people are crazy. And that's why I say I love the fact that Bishop wouldn't tell the truth. I promise you to God, if it wasn't a 3-hour drive, I'd probably be at his church. I'd probably be a member there, because I love truth, even when they cut me. But I respect this man highly because he tells the truth. He told the truth about Kamala Harris, who is non-existent right now. The border crisis is just acting crazy. And when you look at the people coming across the border, guess what? The women there giving birth to their kids. They're giving birth to their kids, or do you want to keep taking our kids so you can keep having experiments and put them in those, them things, and for research? That's not right. I think that everybody should have a right to life, pursuit of happiness, and be able to be free. And the first way you can do that is by being born. Stop telling me that, you know what, y'all having these kids, y'all can't take care of them. Yeah, we can, because real talk, back in the day, we know people used to have kids in the upwards of 10 plus. You have some people that had 20, 23, 24 kids, and they had those kids and they took care of those kids. But once around 1970, once the civil rights movement had went through in the 60s, around about 70, that's when they went to Roe v. Wade and want to, basically talk about this abortion thing, because they felt like we was no more, they had no more use for us. See, back in the day when they was having all them kids, they was working on fields and they was being able to get over on them. So guess what? They're bringing in a whole new batch across that border so they can get that same profit that they got off of black people back then. It may be tight, but it's right. And you know it. And that's why I say, as a black man in America, that's an American. I can't even say I'm African American because I've never been to Africa. All I know is America. And so at the end of the day, it does not mean that I don't respect my roots and where I derive from. Not that. But what I'm saying is that I got to protect home. And right now, America is home. So I got to protect that. And I got to protect it by all means. And so all these people that sit up here and that was running around here with their chucks and pearls on, you see how Kamala really get down. You see how she really get down. And now she's going around to different churches on a campaign trying to get more demons, Democrats, in positions of power, so they can go ahead and keep on pushing these authoritarian rules. It's not cool. It's not cool at all. So think what you want to. Comment, subscribe, like, let me know what you think. And I'm done. Talk to you. Peace.